Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello everyone. I wrote a new column for ThePrint about the US-China summit and the social media trends that emerged from the summit. In this column, I look at some of the key hashtags which were used on Sina Weibo and WeChat. I have also examined the key headlines by Chinese Communist Party's mouthpiece, People's Daily. But I wanted to talk about a story that has not been shared in media as much. This is the problem with the translation by the US side. The US translator made about 7 mistakes while translating the comments of the US officials. The result was that the US officials sounded adversarial as compared to what their remarks were in English. The translator has been criticized on Chinese social media for these mistakes, and they have said that this was the reason the US-China summit did not transpire as it was supposed to. The US translator's attempt has been compared with the Chinese translator who only made one mistake while translating a comment on the Black Lives Matter problem in the US. People's Daily, which is Chinese Communist Party's official mouthpiece, put out this slogan which reads in Chinese as 中国人不接这一套, which translates in English as the Chinese people don't buy this. The slogan was essentially mocking the US for its criticism of China's human rights violations by saying that the US does not have the moral authority to criticize China on its policies in Xinjiang. My own reading of the summit is that the Chinese side had high expectation from the summit, while the US did not have as high expectations, and they just wanted to meet the Chinese side to de-escalate the tension which has been building up for the last few months, and they wanted to bring China to the table to discuss some of these key issues which could spiral out into a full-blown confrontation. My own reading of the way the summit went is that China had high expectation from this summit, while the US side wanted to bring China to the table and discuss some of these key issues that US and China are currently facing, and they wanted to de-escalate the tension which has been building up for the last few months. China's high expectation may have played a role in the way the summit went and the way they have used propaganda following the summit. And I would say at the moment, the US-China relations are quite strained, and we've seen there were the sanctions imposed by US, EU, and Canada in the past few days, and China has also imposed their own sanctions against the US officials and researchers. So we are also seeing a sort of a campaign coming together in the West, where US and EU and Canada are coming together to criticize China, which doesn't look great for China. So I would say overall, China's relations with the West and the US in particular aren't looking that great. In the last 2 days, we have seen a series of actions taken against China by US, EU, and Canada on the human rights violation that China has committed in Xinjiang. And China has imposed their own sanctions against EU parliamentarians and researchers. So there is a campaign coming together in the West against China. And the way China reacted to the summit in Alaska, that may have pushed Biden administration to continue some of the policies which came to life during the Trump presidency.